Sorry, guys. I just realized it wasn't sharing and there was no audio. That's fine. So let's get back to it. That's why I always check the audio, make sure there's. Sorry, guys. I just realized it wasn't sharing and there was no audio. That's fine. So let's get back. So I always check the audio, make sure there's. Okay. So, all the links in the bio are, well, there's always additional links in the bio when I go and review right now it's live. This is live. Whoever's on here, you have any questions, go ahead, go on and ask. Go on ahead and ask, right? So yesterday, what we were talking about, it was ascension. The construct of your belief is what makes up the construct of your existence. What you believe is what is the end product of how you live your life, how you eat, how you do your spirituality. If you believe in spirituality, religion, your finance, your business, everything is mindset and belief. This is belief because we're talking about a certain level of magic, and certain level of magic comes from a belief system. So this, if you are in my course right now, you're accustomed to seeing this. Welcome to Sacred Cemetery Work. So I do not go through my work here because it's a lot. So what I do is basically give you snippets of what the course is about. There, like I said, all the links to previous videos as well to my Patreon and my courses are just below this video. Okay. So I was going through this and I was like, you know what? I should go over with the disciplines of meditation. Okay, but let's go into the intro. Welcome to Sacred Cemetery Work, and I'm known as the Delphi Priestess, right? Once again, I stand as a conduit between realms. I'm a psychic medium, a hedge witch, and a priestess. I have spent many years learning how to go in and out of the physical and spiritual realms. I have dedicated my life to my spiritual work and journey. I am here today to teach how to manage your way in and out of the realms and portals to cemetery work is one of many ways. So the thing is with cemetery work, as I look over my own work. I listen to my own teachings. I take notes on my own teachings. I take notes and understand my own teachings. And I channel. All my teachings are channeling. So I want to be like, I'm very proficient in understanding my own work very well. And in understanding this, I've understand the word keep. That's going to be a slide. I have to get into what is keep and why they keep people. So that I have to take my time. That may be something I delve into tomorrow. The word keep, the ancient game of keep. How do they keep you? Because you believe you have to die. Why do they keep you? Because they can use your energy. You have to know the physical body is a soul, and the physical body exists in multi layers of existence in the same timeline of existence and infinitely in different timelines in this existence as you, and multidimensionally in different timelines as different beings, as different people, in different, you could be right now as a different person of any race or gender in from within any country. Okay, so you're multidimensional. So the aspect of you that belief created yourself to pass away. Aging is a belief system. You've believed yourself to have to age, so therefore you age and therefore you die, because the external programming, you've allowed it, which is no one's fault. No one's fault. That's the game we come and play. We descend, pretend to descend, because you're never disconnected from the great source, the great beyond. So you come to play a game, pretend you don't know. But if you're not careful, because that's what I use, if you're not careful, you will forget that you don't exist. You will forget that you are an ascended master. If you're watching this, you're an ascended master, point blank. Okay. Just make sure to like this comment, like this video, share this video, and send it to your friends and comment. I know y'all have something like to ask. Make sure you do check out the Patreon. So once again, your belief systems create your reality. One, the game of keep, where they keep you because you believe in death. Death is an illusion. Death is an energetic exchange. Death is an energetic exchange because in cemetery work, we use the dirt that they bury you in because they've convinced you from ashes to ashes, dust to dust you shall return. And I said, those are fighting words. If someone said to me that, I would say, fuck you. I am glorious. I'm immortal. I'm a star being. Everyone's like, I'm a star seed. I'm a star being. I'm from the stars. So why are you telling them? Why are you letting them put you in the cemetery? Ashes to ashes, dirt to dirt. What the? You should, Anyway, humanity, wake up. Know that ye are gods. Right here it says ascension. Ascension is the goal of this lifetime for those who are spiritually awakened. So we need to come to the understanding and knowing we don't exist, yet we are very real. Yes, we are real, yet the physical form is an illusion. The physical form is an illusion. The physical form's illusion, so you don't die. If the physical form's illusion, you don't die. There's no such thing as death. You believe this because they tell you at 80 years old, you have to die. At 70 years old, you have to die. You believe in certain ailments and diseases. Like I said yesterday, COVID, people mass belief in COVID. And there's those of us that straight up like, no. And I'm a nurse watching people die. And I said, you're not dying of COVID. There is no such thing as COVID. Because there's those of us that said there is no such thing. All of a sudden, COVID is just a cough. Know yourselves, humanity, for ye are gods and goddess, says ascended master. Ascension is the goal of this lifetime for those who are spiritually awakened. So we need to come to the understanding and knowing we don't exist, yet we are very real. Yes, we are real, yet the physical form is an illusion. And I repeat myself, if the physical form is an illusion, why do you believe you should die? End up, dust to dust, shall return. No, existence is fluid. Existence is energetic, lucid. You to be lucid. That's why you need to hydrate, meditate, sun gaze, and I say fast. This is if you believe yourself to be in good health and standing, and you know that you've been taking care of yourself. I'm not a medical, well, I am a nurse. I'm not a doctor. So I'm not here to tell you anything about fasting, but that's one of many ways to allow the body to be lucid. Like breatharianism. How are some people scared to tell you guys, hey, yeah, well, I haven't eaten in how many years? Because they're open into a certain level of understanding of their existence greater than the physical form. They are no longer in this game. If someone tells you they haven't eaten in years or months, even months, could be 2-3 months, and they're meditating now. They're meditating because they're still there is a certain level of vibration in existence, because they're meditating. They're taking their meditations on seriously, more serious than a heart attack, more serious than anything, playfully, respectfully, because I still respect certain people's beliefs all the same. Okay. If someone is doing that, it's because they are in a frequency of understanding their internal existence greater than their physical existence, greater than their now. Okay. Because there is no now, even. There's no time, there's no now. All is just the void of creation back into the nothingness before nothingness. Watanga Nation Observe, Galactic Siege, Metatron, Zeus is in fruition. Got me talking about you. That's still like a certain level of existence, all of that. Because there's a certain level of like, there's no talking, when there's a void of I'm gonna be a void of silence. To be in the void of 0 point is just, we're no longer talking from this perspective, it's all from up there. The crystalline would be the root chakra of your existence and further, because you understand the avatar is the game, literally. And you just maneuver the avatar around in existence. And if you see something coming towards the avatar, you cloak it, you shield it, and you're moving. But as of right now, we believe to be the avatar. We believe to be the avatar so much we create the avatar to die. We age the avatar and we allow the avatar to pass away. Okay. So a certain level of love for self, that's why the healing process, when the spiritual awakening, that means you are chosen. If you wake up spiritually, you have chosen to do a great awakening for self. And in doing this, you can then, if you choose that, you choose that, you can lead others, careful, because they're gonna come for you. Maybe that's my belief based on my experiences. Maybe because I'm like, how am I gonna teach this? But then I'm like, okay, I need to stop. Beautiful. Let me double check and make sure y'all can hear me. They don't come for you. Maybe that's my belief based on mine. Not right now, mama. That's why I'm busy. It's beautiful. Okay. So discipline. Discipline again is me, but the discipline is needed in me and everybody else that I've seen on this level and in the other actual level, because they don't have discipline or ethics to go along with the two. Discipline does not necessarily mean ethics. Discipline is based on what you do consistently that is a benefit to you, and it's discipline. But ethics, my friend, ethics, you could be disciplined in being unethical, right? So that's not what we're talking here. We're talking to those of us that just trying to apply some discipline in our spirituality, right? So mindset is a big key factor in discipline. Self-value, loving yourself, and wanting change brings forth courage for change in life. There is a certain motivation that triggers the mindset. This can aid in strengthening character. Motivation alone can get you but so far. We all heard this, right? Motivation can go but so far. How bad do you want to change your life? Set clear goals, understand and believing in your own desire to accomplish what you want. Do you sway by emotions or motivation alone? Oh, do not be swayed. Sorry, do not be swayed by emotions or beliefs alone. Oh, okay. Let me stay focused. Do not be swayed by emotions or motivation alone. Focus and consistency no matter the outcome. So know the goal and believe in it. Remember, only you can do it. Below are a few examples. Fasting, that is the hardest for me. I fasted before for 30 days. I fasted before. I fasted for 2 weeks. But as of lately, yeah, on and off. I've intermittent fasting, and not for diet. Not for diet. This is not for diet. This is not diet. I repeat, this is not diet. This is not about diet. This is fasting alongside meditation. If you're not meditating for 30 minutes to 35 minutes a day with hydration and sun gazing twice a day, 3 times a day, meditation 3 times a day for 30 minutes or an hour 3 times a day, I would not ask you to fast. That would not be my public call, because y'all will sit here and starve yourself and trigger certain survival. It's also a mindset. Now I'm kidding. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. All of it's a mindset. You have to be in the frequency. You have to be in the alignment. You have to understand the courage it takes to fast. Because a certain level of fasting is based on a certain level of belief system alone. Certain level of fasting is understanding food is not your God, is not your sustenance of life. Okay, that's, this is controversial. This is not for everybody. To understand yourself, to be lucid and literally see yourself in multidimensionals and understanding yourself to be immortal, you have to have a certain level of lucidity in your mindset and understanding of your body, your existence through energy. Through energy, because food is an exchange of energy. That's why different levels of degrees of what you choose to eat, if you choose to eat, come about. Some may choose not to eat meat, not only for ethical reasons, for environmental reasons, but for the or health reasons, but for vibrational reasons. You'll find meat is dense in energy. Meat comes with a karmic exchange, and meat very much becomes like cemetery work. You can fuck around and start trading in cemetery work with the meat. That's how come certain sacrifices to certain animals become a certain level of trade, because of the density and the karmic exchange and the type of deity you're working with. Whoa, that was channeling, because that's all new to me. Well, the last bit was very new to me. Yes, it's an equivalence. It's an equivalence of exchange. Fasting is saying, well, I don't work from down here. Not really. Right now, it kind of, like I said yesterday, it looks like I'm smoking. Like, she does she? She do. But why does she don't care? She's stressed. Because why? She can't get her shit together. I guess. My around somebody might say, let me help this woman. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. But fasting, meditation, I don't play. I do meditate. That is something I'm always doing. There's different types of meditation, different forms of meditation, different calls of meditation. You can meditate in your sleep, you can meditate on your walk. I do your ancient, old-fashioned, close your eyes, fold your legs meditation. That is it for me. I am too stressed to do another way. Another way where I do kind of go out is when I dance. Dancing would probably be another profound meditation for me. If I'm just dancing, all of a sudden I'm just dancing for like an hour. And the average person would be like, oh, because I'm already in a different trance, sort of. I'm dancing, right? Right. So dream work, that takes discipline, diet and exercise. Your average diet and exercise, all that takes discipline. So obviously you got to go beyond. Sorry, I'm touching my face a lot. Always been told, do not touch your face. So, dream work, that takes discipline. And I'm also checking out the, what do you call it? I'm getting a channeling big time. It has nothing to do with this. It's like getting a call saying that there's this person, I know who they are. They're saying they don't want nothing to do with it. Oh my God, let me pause this. This is so like, oh my God, they see me on the YouTube. They're basically saying they're sorry. They didn't know that, I had real work to do in life. That is beyond funny. They said they did not know I had real work to do in life, a bigger mission, a bigger call, that it can go beyond this existence, and that I actually have content, juicy content, like actual in-depth material, but it's taken time and years because of setback and other people who've set her back. Regular people like this person, other people like, different people, and they said they're just sorry. Even my mentor, so you to know, my mentor, she already, it's always a thing, because people are always in their ego about what other people are doing and what other people represent in the spiritual realm. I used to have a slide on ethics, and like I said, I think I'm going to do a whole class just based on magical ethics, because people do genuinely believe do as I wilt. The do as I wilt in spirituality, for those who are spiritual, magical, witchcraft, not those, we're not talking about religious people here. I'm talking to the spiritual people, like the person that channeled me, or they're gone now. I can feel that they're right, they're, that's it, my shit's, you're interrupting a moment. All the same. As she speaks. Yes, I may do a course all on ethics. They get why I do this, and I should really do this too, because this means, like, I see you. They didn't realize this woman literally sees you. I see you in my mind's eye. That's my third eye. Y'all. Woo, ethics, people, ethics. Straino croish creinaite, yangawe straite, kya croini tarainaite. Anyways, people, I'm here for the people that is tired of all the unethical spiritual games, that is trying to understand it, that have reached a certain level of, what, there's got to be more. That is the people I'm here for. Okay. I don't have time for gossip. So let me see how long. Oh, I'm already 22 minutes in. All right, so let me get going. I keep getting, they didn't know my mission was like so profound. My gosh, you should be a celebrity. That sound like fighting words to me. It sound like certain level of jealousy, all the same. Anyway, yep, 23 minutes. All right, well, let's get to it. So discipline in meditation. Any type of spiritual work with results, we need to meditate. To experience presence and awareness, must keep a routine in meditation, setting time during your day in order to know sorry. So that's the second bullet. Like I said, if someone was going to take on fasting on a serious level, age hydration meditation, sun gazing and fasting for an hour, I would say 3 hours a day. Okay, so like you could break that down throughout the day. If you have it in you to sit down for 3 hours and you have the time, go for it. And be consistency. So the to experience, I keep getting that whole thing. Anyway, to experience presence and awareness, must keep a routine in meditation, setting time during your day, right? You have to put the time, set the time. That in itself puts it as a priority. In order to know we exist beyond the physical form, you must know yourself as a consciousness through meditation. So you have to understand yourself. Not only you have to start feeling your environment, that everything is consciousness, everything is an awareness, everything outside of yourself. The more you meditate every single day, the more you start to realize it's another form of a job, another form of existence. It's really like brushing your teeth, taking a shower, doing daily stuff for the body and the mind, the spirit, and the consciousness. Because the heavy magic that I want to bring forward in physical realm into this course, into this reality, has to do with understanding yourself greater than your physical form. Not only, as in other words, not only, but along with your physical form, you are all of this, your energetic body. You're not only the meridians in the body, the codes, because meridians are codes. A certain level of Reiki and energy I can shut down and bring and heal and pull like really heavy, you know, healers can, if they don't want to tell you, but we as human beings, if you know the energy and meditate, take your disciplines to another height, you can then pull. Okay, I do not allow anyone to know my chakras, none of what I'm talking about, not my financial cause, my existence. You were given the opportunity to work with me time and time and again in different ways, in different versions, and you're interrupting the course. I gave you so many times. I've called you so many times, physically, spiritually, mentally, and you said no. Right now, you could take the course or move on to another course. It's just that simple. Okay, let me continue. Okay, in order to know your existence beyond the physical form, you must know yourself as a consciousness through meditation. Meditation is one of the powerful tools to mind magic. And that was one of my book studies. That one was weeks. I think it was like weeks. I did an audio book where I did visuals. That one was like I would say a couple years ago. I think under this link, if you under this once again, that would be right here. Yeah, the audiobook of Mind Magic by Kevin Fulton. Mind Magic, Kevin Fulton. I have 5 weeks worth of audio, and I used to have the PDF, but it was a whole issue. So, you know, it's a little bit of politics with Mind Magic. It was deep. So meditation is the key to mind magic because you are not a body. That's what he says. I might I might bring that course back. I might bring that book study back. You are not the bond in the mind. You are not you're not the body. You're not the mind. You're not your programming. Remember, you could think of yourself as an avatar, a computer. That's what there's the matrix. You're an illusion. You're an avatar. You're a computer because the thoughts are the programming of your body. So if you have to very much mind yourself what you're watching, what you're seeing, what you're thinking about. What time is it? 28 minutes. All right. Because I don't want to be here more than 35 minutes, right? And then tomorrow I'll be back because I have a lot of things to do. Meditation is cultivating the inner world in order to manipulate and manifest in the physical plane. So meditate we will. Okay? Meditation is key to salvation. Meditation. Okay, of course, there's so many spells, there's so many rituals, there's so many ways to go about it, but the more wholesome, ancient way of samadhi, or the ancient way of the glory, where you acknowledge your physical form and greater than the physical form, where you no longer need the physical form, but you don't let go of it. You understand your physical form. You don't rid yourself of the ego, but you understand now, not only are you this ego, but you're several different other egos or the same ego in many different dimensions. You understand yourself to exist beyond creation. Because I always tell people that want to come at me spiritually, like, oh, slow down. I don't really got an altar, and I'm not really from down here. I'm from the nothingness, the void of creation. Like when I'm saying all of this, I'm dead. See, I'm really from up there. And they'd be like, what you mean though? Well, and I give them warnings. Careful though, because now you're saying you want to fight me from the heavens, the void of the before the creation, like up there. I am a high priestess playing small. High priestess playing small. So I don't start fights. So that's why I don't understand what's the problem. Like I said in the Instagram, I think that goes, what I do, Tay Tay. I think it's like that. What I do, like I'm just doing my work. I mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. That's all I do. So understand yourself, humanity. That's how far you exist. But everyone's incarnation is different. You chose your incarnation. You need to meditate and find out why you incarnated, how you incarnate, what's the purpose of your incarnation. Not everybody's incarnated the same way, because a certain level of spiritual battle not everybody can take the same hits. All the time, spirit tells me, not everybody can take the same hits. You were not created to take the same hits. I do not really exist here. I project myself here. And I know what I used to say, play fair. I don't play fair, not necessarily. You can fuck around, know where I live and not know where I live. Heavy stuff. So that's why I can come in and tell people, yes, immortality is your birthright. And let's say the government or something had an issue with me telling you, humanity, you are immortal. How? Meditate, hydrate, sun gaze, and fast. Why? For ye are gods. Why? Because everybody in the bitch that do these mystical stuff, they know about this. But the basic human ages themselves to be kept in a cemetery. That's why I say ascension is like cemetery work. Ascension is to know that you're rising in consciousness awareness. So how do you do that? The easiest and the best ethical way? Meditation. Know yourself as the magic. Meditation is one of the powerful tools to mind magic. It's conscious magic, consciousness, to know yourself greater than the physical form, because consciousness is not the mind, the brain, greater than the physical form, greater than samadhi before creation. Is not. If you're on this, it's something you can do. If you hearing me, if you hearing my words, because the saying, when the student's ready, the teacher's here. I'm here. So there's some students up in this piece that y'all here to hear this. If you look at my videos, if you've been in here, I've been on this journey for 5 years. Well, I've been on this journey for longer than that, since I was 12. But like, to actually broadcast and I'd be thinking, imagine if I was like bigger than this. Anyway, if you on this and you're hearing me, you are here for great, 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 great things, or else you wouldn't be coming back. You wouldn't be coming back. You wouldn't be clicking. You wouldn't be commenting. So you have that potential. You have that potential. So until next time, it's already 32 minutes. It's only 30-minute segments. So this is under podcasts. This is my podcast. This is spiritual, just me keeping it real, talking to everybody. I do, and I always do get channelings. So my viewers are in ethers, because that's how high I go. Like I said, I'm a heavy mystic. Some of them they come through, some of them are not allowed to, some of them can see me, some of them care, some of them show me the numbers, some don't. So it's a whole thing when I come on my live. And today I don't have time for like people that are gonna stop that. If you don't understand it, that's fine. Just move on. It's not for you. But if you don't understand it yet, you want to understand it, or you're curious about it, or it resonates and this and that, then come through. What's good? What's good? Anyway, much love to you all. Much love and blessings to you all. I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so maybe I'll do an hour. We'll see. I'll do some slides, and we will emphasize a lot about keep ascension, meditation, and the power, the true mystical power of meditation. Not just calm. No, if you're genuinely meditating, after a while, you start to realize you don't exist. Wait a minute. What? You start to feel things, see things, know things. You start to become, because you know. And so it is. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, comment, share. All the links are to my Patreon just below this. All the links to my Patreon are just below this. So do not, this is the sacred cemetery work. It is for my darker depths. I would say for my darker depths. It's for my darker depths. But but believes they should die. The word immortality sounds like something out of mortal. I know everything that I say sound not like, oh, that's coming out of Mortal Kombat. Right? No. They put it like that. They don't want you to know that you can go. So we're going to work on that. Over here, I could teach it and be a part of it too. That's the glory. So, strike Baphomet and Cho. I feel someone. I can feel the vibe. I feel it. I feel it. But I'm not accepting any requests. Thank you. I'm out. Not accepting any requests. I'm getting calls. Anyway, much love to you all. I am a great fan. I am this the same. You a great fan? Go ahead and go on my Patreon. Make comments. All my great fans. I don't need fans. I want students. People are here to take their spiritual existence, because existence is spiritual. Why do you exist? How do you exist other than what the biological belief of existence? Because if you know that means, in other words, I'm someone that just appears at this point. That's the secret. I'm double checking. Was I supposed to tell people that? I just appear out of nowhere at this point because my game is very, very different. That's why I incarnate the way I do. For those who want to tap in and want to know, I come the way I do because I just appear at this point. Doesn't matter who I'm connected to biologically or not. It don't. You know why? Because at this point, I just appear. I just appear incarnated, not incarnated, At this point, as much violation as I could decide to just start downloading. Wake up. This point, meaning I could start making other people wake up. Period. That's what they didn't know a certain level of violation to me based on what I'm here to do. Anyway, I guess they're saying a lot of it is sacred all the same. But I'm still here. I'm here. I want to be like, there's one of you out there that please. Okay. More than me. Everyone's focused on me in the politics. Now this is like, it's a little spiritual politics. For those who know me, more than me. They know anyway. More than me. There's someone out there. Anyway, man, I'm getting what's this show cloak. I'm just gonna give you the basics because you don't deserve to know more than it. Anyway, I'm talking when I mean the basics of what they're trying. There right now, they want to know who's out there. So I just gave them the basics, what they thought. Anyway, let's leave that alone. Maybe I should make spiritual politics black because y'all know that's because I'm on a whole different level of spiritual conflict that I would have to explain it in depth. But I don't know if I have time for that. That would probably be 20 minutes or 10 minutes at a time because I really got to go. Like right now, I'm wasting my time already going in 40 minutes. Anyway, for people who have great attention spans, great attention spans are people who like to read and learn because there's so much you can get out of a clip anyway. People who I'm obviously talking to my learners. If you like to learn, you're going to sit here and learn. That's what they don't know. People like to learn. It's going to come on. Like, come on. You like to learn? Come here. You like to learn about mystery systems and you're not afraid of the mysteries? You want to learn about Cemetery work, yes. Psychic mediumship, channeling, priestess and priestesshood, priest and priestesshood. The magical way, come here. And so it is. Anyway, much love to you all. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. And I'm out. Ready 40 minutes in. I'll see you tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow, I don't have a set time as of yet, but I will be. You'll see me. Look out. Thank you.